my beautiful friends, and welcome to this video. If you do like it, please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, and maybe even share, because that would really help spread the message. So without further ado, let's jump into the video. Today's topic is bullying, and that is a topic that is very close to my heart. And the reason I picked that was because recently a lot of things have been happening. And just a little background, I am 22 and I was bullied throughout elementary school and like a year and a half in high school. So I've had experience with that, and I'm still kind of dealing with the consequences. Not even like it's just because if it happens to you as a child, it affects you for the rest of your life. Not even because you were hurt, but simply because throughout that time when you were supposed to, mature and grow and learn as many things as you can about life, what you've learned is that people are mean to one another, and you learn how to actually really dislike, maybe even hate yourself and your body. So that is not okay. Like, we should not be treating each other like that. And I know this is such a naive statement to make because some people are genuinely evil, but many people actually think that it's just fun and jokes. So they don't necessarily want to hurt anybody else. They just don't really know that there are certain lines you shouldn't cross. And if you are making fun of somebody publicly, if you use your brain, you could realize that that can have a negative impact on somebody. So number one thing is, maybe if you're trying to just make fun of somebody, before you do that, especially if it's made publicly or online, before you do that, just stop and think, is it really necessary to make that comment? Is it really that funny, or is it gonna do more damage than make somebody laugh? So please be self-aware. Don't make fun of people just because you think you can, because they can have negative impacts that you cannot even imagine at that time. Because usually you don't have the whole picture, you usually don't have every information you need, so that can really negatively affect people. Second thing, but at the same time the most important when it comes to the victims of bullying, is you should always you have to seek help. It may be therapy, it may be talking to your parents, it may be talking to your friends. And that thing, it's not just when it's happening to you as a child. It doesn't matter what it happened to you 20 years ago and you never dealt with that. It doesn't matter if you're an adult and it happened to you yesterday. Don't try to put other labels on bullying. Don't try to say, oh, they were just joking, or oh no, this is just them being sarcastic. If they're bullying you, they're bullying you. And I'm like, there is one thing that blows my mind that people don't really talk about, because I think they mostly don't even realize it's happening, is that adults can be bullied too by other adults. And it, like, just because you're an adult, you don't suddenly lose the ability to feel. It still can affect you, maybe for sure in different ways than it would affect a child, but it will still affect you, especially if you were bullied before at some point in your life and then you grow up just for it to happen all over again. So no, if you are bullied, if you have been bullied, if you were bullied at any point in your life, yesterday or 20 years ago, get help. There is nothing wrong with going to therapy. There's actually everything right with going to therapy. And even if you don't have time, if you're really busy, there are things like BetterHelp, which is what I'm personally using, where you have a counsel like in the app, and then you can either video call or voice call or just like message them throughout the week, and they will reply to you as soon as they can. And you don't have to physically go to an office to see, or you don't have to physically go to see your therapist. You can do it literally from anywhere. I had one time I had session in the car. I just parked the car and I stayed there until the session was finished, and then I continued going home because there was a lot of traffic. So I thought, I'm not making it anyway, so I just parked the car, had a therapy session in my car. So get help. If you, let's say, don't have money or don't have time or don't believe in therapy, maybe start with watching YouTube videos, writing down things like your behaviors. Look for how you react in certain ways, and maybe you'll find a pattern, and then you'll understand, oh, maybe this is because I was bullied. So if somebody is just joking, I take it too seriously and too personally because I'm still hurting, or I'm still not recovered from what happened. So you can do just that, just writing a diary, and just like being self-aware and realizing how you feel and why you feel a certain way, why you don't feel a certain way, and why you act this way, and you maybe when you should be acting, in a different way. Or parents, talk to your parents, talk to your family members, find like groups online where you can just share, with other people who are bullied. Don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid to say, yes, I was bullied, because at the end of the day, it's not your fault, and there is nothing to be ashamed of if you were bullied or if you are bullied. If anybody should be ashamed, it's the people who are bullying, not the ones who are bullied, So don't get help, because that brings me to another point that I have thought of, is that if you don't deal with it, if you don't seek help, if you don't recover, if you don't heal, you remain broken. Sometimes even for the rest of your life. And that can mainly happen that most often happens in two ways that are actually the opposite ways. Number one is what happened to me, where I think the term is called body dysmorphia, which is a term for people, which is a term explaining or saying about how some people literally cannot see their body. That happened to me. And it sometimes can be so extreme that you need other people to pick clothes for you, because you're incapable of seeing your actual size, because it just messes with your head so much, especially if it happens to you, if you were bullied for being fat as a child. That can mess with your head like crazy, and it can stay with you until the rest of your life unless you deal with it. So those people literally, and that happened to me, because that was I would say 2 years ago. It ended 2 years ago. So 2 years ago, I was really skinny. At that point, I was on a low carb diet for 2 years. For 2 years, I did not eat anything sweet. I did not eat pasta. I did not eat rice. I didn't even eat fruits for 2 years straight. And I've been working out for at least 3 hours a day every single day, which is when I still could, because it started at the end of my high school, and then going on to the first and second year of uni, I still had the chance to do that. Now, when life is happening, I have to cook and clean and go grocery shopping and study way more than I used to, and work and everything, and just help my parents and do this, and I'm in a relationship, so that I just don't have 3 hours a day to work out. It's just unrealistic. So and it's still I put 2 years of my life where that. I was miserable. I was skinny, but I was still miserable. And on top of that, I literally saw my body back then the way I see now, and I'm 3 or 4 sizes bigger now. Maybe even 5. I'm not exaggerating. I saw myself the exact same way. And it just messes with your head so crazy, and then it just destroys your self-esteem. And then a lot of the times, you're just gonna wanna fake it. And they say fake it till you make it, but no, this time you can't really fake confidence if it's coming from you being broken because of bullying. You have to take care of yourself first, and you have to recover and heal. Because with this, you can't really fake confidence with this, and then people are gonna start seeing you as arrogant or selfish or egocentric, because you're so broken inside, and you think so low of yourself that you're constantly seeking attention, that you're constantly seeking approval, that you constantly have to say something so that people would... Number one, you don't really give people the room to actually bully you, because you don't give them the room to speak at all. And if you want to, if you're trying to have a conversation, let's say with your friends, or discuss something with your friends, you don't really understand that if they have a different opinion, it's just them having a different opinion, and it's not against you, you know. But if you are bullied, and if you were bullied and you don't heal, having discussions and conversations could be really, that's an example that could be really hard, because anytime somebody has a different opinion, you genuinely feel like it's against you, and in reality it's just another opinion, just like you have yours, just like I have mine. We all have opinions. You know the saying, I cannot say it on YouTube, but you probably know what I mean. But anywho, that like can affect, being bullied can affect you in those ways, but also in ways where you're just depressed and miserable because you don't like what you see in the mirror, and it doesn't really matter. You can be the most beautiful person in the world, and you're still gonna feel like you're ugly because you didn't heal. And it's nobody really tells you those things, or like very few people actually tell you that this is serious. It's not just like, oh, whatever, we all had like stuff happening in our childhood, this and that. No. For some people, for actually most people, it's gonna have an effect for the rest of their lives. And it's just, like for me, it was also anxiety, which still is, but I constantly have anxiety. Like anything I do, it gives me anxiety, because I'm way better now, but I'm still, I'm not there. I'm just going. I'm trying to be better and heal and look and try to be self-aware and try to just, improve day by day and take it slow, because nothing is gonna change overnight. And another thing was the relationship with my body. I hated it so much. Like, and now I'm like, oh yeah, I am, like, look at me, I'm not skinny. And guess what? I don't want to be. Partially because, thing is, I realized there are way more important things than being skinny. And my priority right now is my health. And for me to actually be skinny, for my body type to be skinny, I would have to go through I would really have to be on drastic diets and work out like every day for hours, and just be miserable and tired and overtrained, and just like I would be stressing, exhausting my body every single day for me to look a certain way that isn't really gonna be like tiny. It's just gonna be, skinny, normal, whatever, because I do have an autoimmune disease. So for me, that's not my priority. My priority is to eat healthy and work out. So if I will, I am losing weight now, but it's not gonna happen in 2 weeks. Like, if I was on a diet that would be like really drastic and like low calorie and low carb and low fat and whatnot, like, yeah, I would probably lose weight way faster. But right now, my health is my priority, and I just try to eat a lot of vegetables, fruit. I barely eat meat. I try not to eat like pasta or rice or anything like that. I would eat like salads mostly, tuna, fishes, eggs, something that is like that makes my body feel good. So, I don't want to be skinny. Like, I am me, and I love my body, and I'm so glad for the people in my life who actually were pushing me to to be okay. And I'm so grateful for them, and I'm so happy that they did that for me, because now I'm not skinny, and I love it. I love my body. Cellulite, jeez. I feel like cellulite became like a cuss word recently. Every woman has cellulite. Some less, some more. Well, yeah, fitness models. No, like people who, like bikini fitness models, whatever, they don't. If it's Photoshop, I guess. I don't know. But then they also have really low body fat percentage to the point where they can't even have kids. So it's just, to me, I'm like, I don't even want to go there. But yeah, I have cellulite. I have a stomach, which, yeah, like, I don't know. I'm trying to work on my body, because obviously you always want to grow, but at the same time, I'm perfectly fine with my body, and I love it, and I'm thankful. I'm thankful that I can go out, that I can drive, that I can go to the gym, that I can see my friends, that I can play guitar, play piano, or sing, whatever. Like, there's so much to be thankful for. I don't want to be hating my body just because I don't fit into society. especially if those standards are really messed up. Like, they're really, really, really messed up. But yeah, that's like one of the paths that you can take. Like, I don't know. I don't know when this started. I don't know how old I was when the bullying started, but it was happening for pretty much my entire life since I was like, well, bullying for being fat started when I was in elementary school, like first grade. But I was also kind of like never liked because I was an immigrant, so they really kind of like I was never part of a group, and if I was, it was just to hang out like there. But we were never like, obviously you don't make friends at such age, but I was just like kind of an outsider. And then as I went to elementary school, I started being like bullied, and it just went all the way until for like 9 years in elementary school. Well, no, yeah. Well, I was 7 years in elementary, then 6 in high school. So first 2 years, so like in total for like 9 years, I was bullied for being fat, and that stopped. Second year of high. I was like 16, I think 15 or 16. I'm 22 now, still dealing with it. Like, it's crazy. Like, still, literally, so much in my head is messed up, and my perceptions are messed up, and my standards and my expectations are completely messed up because of that, and because I was never vocal about it. I never seeked help, and I'm still recovering. So if you're watching this video, go to therapy. Love yourself. Just get help, seek help, heal, do whatever you need to do. Because if you don't, nobody else is gonna do it for you, and if you don't, it can really, really affect you. You can be like me, or you can take the other path, which is when you are broken because you were being bullied for a certain amount of time, and then something happens, and somebody keeps feeding your ego to the point where you become an adult, and then you start bullying others. Because you are broken, because you're hurt and angry, and you've been depressed for probably the longest time, and you just want to take that anger out on others, and you don't even realize it most of the time. Like, people are not self-aware at all, and trust me, I'm really bad with it, but like, I'm getting better, and I'm just like looking at others and realize like, oh, we are all kind of bad when it comes to self-awareness. But yeah, those people start bullying others, which brings me to another point of the video. As I mentioned before, people can be bullied when they're adults, by other adults. There's such thing as being bullied at workplace. People don't really talk about that. People don't really admit that. Like, in all honesty, it happens all the time, and people just use other labels. People would say, oh, when somebody's bullying somebody else, they would just say, the person who's bullying, they would just say, oh, maybe he's having a bad day, or maybe like she's this, and maybe she's like, maybe she's slept out, or maybe she's just hungry, maybe like it's your boss, you have to, accept it, whatever. They always have like a trazillion excuses and trazillion other labels, when in reality what it is just being like bullying. But people don't really expect that. People don't really expect adults to bully other adults. If they do, they don't really speak about it. But it can still affect you in different ways, because then it can actually like hurt you more than a kid, because you understand like certain things better than you did. Now it's like, now when you're like fully formed, suddenly you're being bullied, and then it's like, it messes with your head so crazy, especially if it's like just you against many people. Then you think it's your fault, when in reality it isn't. Because it's easier to be a part of a group that is bullying somebody else than to say, oh, this isn't right. Because I did that. I said that wasn't right, and I became the target. I don't want to say they were bullying me. I don't want to be a drama queen about that. But still, like, the way they communicate with one another, and those, like, we should be on, like, one page. We are law students at the same school, same year. We should be, supporting one another and be there for one another. But we are not. We are just crazily mean to one another, and just saying, oh, that was just being, like, me being sarcastic, and I was just joking. Like, I'm not too sure how we can call somebody stupid, literally mean it, and only when you get, when somebody tells you this is not right, you just say, oh, I was joking. But yeah, that's another, like, it's just so crazy for adults get bullied as well. Like, speak up about it. Be vocal. No, if you see somebody being bullied, speak up. And just when you do that, you have to kind of expect that they're gonna start having issues with you as well. But I personally like don't really care, because thank God I'm at a point in my life where I'm like, I have no idea what to do with my career in school or not. But as far as like my looks, I'm good. Like, I'm trying to be better. I'm working on looking better, but at the same time, I don't cry myself to sleep every night because I'm fat. I literally don't care. And I actually started seeing, I would used to like look, you know, in CV or like videos to like internet, whatever, and I would see like fat women or like curvy women. I would be like, oh yuck. And now I'm like, oh, she's rough, like, you get it, girl. And I'm like, oh my god, like, those women are hot. And it's not really their body that makes them this hot, it's their attitude. It's them owning who they are, which we should all be allowed to do, because at the end of the day, those are our bodies. Like, if I am fat, isn't really hurting anybody but me. If it was. If I'm fat, it's my business. Like, me being fat doesn't hurt you at all. And it's just so important for adults to start realizing that, like, bullying is still a thing. Cyberbullying is still a thing. And it still affects people. It still hurts people. At the end of the day, we all are human. Although I did have a comment saying, like, lawyers are not human, done by a lawyer. And I was like, feel sorry for you, sir. And they didn't realize that I was being like, ugh, okay. And they were like, whatever, it's just another story. But like, no, we're all a human. We all have feelings. Even like sociopaths have feelings, just different kind of feelings. Be nice to one another. Bullying is not okay. There are lines that if you cross them, you can't use any other labels. And if you are being bullied, let's say at a workplace, talk to somebody. Maybe even like somebody outside of work, maybe like your boss or colleague or something. Just talk about it, be vocal, because many times people don't realize they're doing that. Other times people are doing that on purpose, but it has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them, because they are still broken and still angry. They just don't know what to do with the anger. And being quiet about it and pretending like it's okay isn't gonna really do anything. And people aren't gonna change if you don't tell them and show them what's wrong with their behavior, because we are lacking self-awareness like crazy. And by the way, don't come for me, I do too. I know, I'm trying to work on that. Bought 2 books today, so I'm working on that. I'm still working, like, I'm a work in progress. We all are. There is no, like, the journey is the destination. So please, if you took anything out of this video, the number one thing, seek help. Go to therapy. There's nothing to be ashamed of if you go to therapy. Talk to your friends, talk to your parents. If you see somebody else being bullied, stand up, speak up, be vocal. Don't let it just happen. Don't expect somebody else to fix it, because nobody is probably gonna care enough to do anything about anything if it doesn't directly affect them. So be vocal, like, fight against it, say it's not okay, and don't start being mean to those people. Just like try to actually have a conversation with as little emotions as you can, and just bring facts. Tell them straight facts. Try to explain them why it's not okay, and if they don't understand it, try to see it from their perspective, and then kind of try to explain it while looking at the situation from their perspective rather than from yours. But don't try to bully somebody who's bullying somebody else. Like, this is just insane. Be vocal about it, but deal with it in a smart way. Deal with it in a way that is actually gonna help and not just gonna do more damage. Don't be mean to people who bully, because a lot of the times it's just gonna make things worse, especially if they're bullying they're bullying others because they were bullied at some point themselves and just never recovered. Because if you bully them, it's just gonna make it all worse. you know, it's like adding fuel to the fire. So don't be mean to bullies. If you're a bully, speak up. Even hit me up hit me up if you need to. I'll link my Instagram down below. You can text, DM me. I'll talk to you after the post. Like, some people actually came up to me and said like, "Oh my God, thank you, like, thank you," and like, I was being bullied. What you did was right, and this and that. And like, I was just like, "Oh my God, so thank you." Like, it was just like, I didn't expect anything good to, like, I didn't expect any positive comments towards me, because I just thought they would, like, the same people, which by the way happened, the same people who were bullying that girl tried to like start bullying me. But I was like, nope. I went, before I posted that post, I already made peace with the fact that there's gonna be flashbacks. So there was nothing they could say to hurt me, and they kind of think at some point knew and realized that like, oh, we can't really bully her because she literally doesn't care. But yeah, if you took anything out of this, love yourself, do the things that I said, you know, like seeking help, and just don't be ashamed. And like, if you can do anything, just honestly, we are all human, we are all in this together. We all are on different paths, but at the end of the day, we are doing the same things: breathing, eating, going to the bathroom, taking showers, working, studying, whatever. And then we all are gonna die. You know, we get born and then we die at some point. What you do in between is different, but at the same time, it's like the same. So yeah, I hope you liked this video. I hope you understood what I was trying to say, and I will forever be vocal about bullying and bullying not being okay. So yeah, I hope you did like it, and if you did, then please leave a like, so that it would really support my channel, and maybe subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you very much. Have a good day. I'll see you in the next video.